All right, I'm reading Romans 6, right? And Paul is going on about a spill about being raised up in Jesus Christ. It says that Jesus Christ took our sin and he died. And we are likened unto him in the resurrection because Jesus Christ raised from the dead after he died for our sin. If we're likened to him in the resurrection, we're also likened to him in the death to the sin. And he goes on about that, and the whole chapter is just amazing. Just read it all for yourself, but the whole chapter is just amazing. But it really struck me because this is what's going on in my life right now. These things, I no longer want these things of the world, and I no longer want these influences in my life. And how many times as a Christian I've been living my life and I'll be on fire for God, and then something will come in and snatch that away from me, and I'll be down in the valley again, fighting the spiritual warfare to come back out, claw my way back up. Why does this keep happening? Why do I keep having to do this? And this verse that I just read here, and I'm going to read it to you, is why. It says, what then shall we sin? This is chapter 6, verse 15 and 16. What then shall we sin because we are not under the law but under grace? God forbid. Know ye not that whom you yield yourselves servants to obey, his servants you are, to whom you obey, whether of sin unto death or of obedience unto righteousness. What you yield yourself to obey, that's what you are, a servant. So even as a Christian, even somebody that's been saved, if you continue to yield yourself to the things of the world is going to come in. The world that we know is in contradiction to God, that is the enemy of God, that the devil is the prince of the air of this world. That is the world. It is not God. His kingdom is not of this world. And when you allow the things of the world to come in and snatch that from you, that's why we find ourselves being powerless, why we find ourselves being defeated. What are we giving ourselves over to as servants, yielding to and obeying? The smallest little thing, it doesn't matter. Oh, that's not a big deal. It is a big deal when you realize that it is snatching this righteousness from you, this ability to bear fruit in the righteousness that Jesus Christ has paid for us. That's a big deal. And I don't want it anymore. And I don't want it for y'all, brothers and sisters. So be careful what you yield yourselves to.